Started out in a small town in the southern tier of New York State, worked his butt off in the restaurant industry for 13 years, and now flapping his gums off in the podcast world. Please welcome your host, Chef Michael Palmer.
Hey, welcome to the show. This is Chef Mike, and right next to me is Chef Morgan. Hey, Chef Morgan, what's up? Hi. It's my awesome wife, everybody, and let me tell you, she's been rocking the Facebook world and also the social media world and our website. Hey, babe, what's cooking? Welcome back to the show. You had a great week last week?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let me bring up our topics for today because we have a lot to cover. The national news and what happened to the Oscar Mayer Wiener place. Yeah, it's true. It was on the news, and I am surprised because I'm a big wiener eater. I mean, I know that sounded kind of what's the word? Nerdy. I'm not gay. Okay, I'm not going to come forward. I'm not gay. Okay,
Married to me.
Yeah, I'm married to a female, not to a male. Okay, but I'm not going to go all the way in that topic. But first, let me hit you up with one advertisement to start things off. Bowel Trust. We did this last week and we're going to do it for a little while longer. It is a product line made with natural ingredients. Do you need to lose weight or gain muscle? Not a problem. This company has professional fitness trainers to help you better yourself. Hey, check this out also. You can check out their website at biotrust.com. That's BIOtrust.com. By the way, this company has some omega products and nutritional bars and some nutritional cookies. I guess that's without all the sugar stuff in it. I don't know. I'm not going to go there. You can log on to their website and call them up at 800-766-5086 to place your awesome orders. The joke of the week. Well, I was kind of searching online, and you want?
Did you say the number?
Say what?
The number.
Again, the number is 800-766-5086, or log on their website, biotrust.com. You want to do the joke of the week, since it's a brand new one and a funny one?
I'll do the next one.
What today? Our next segment today in history.
I was talking about the next joke.
Oh, that's later down on our program. Okay, about the duck and the veal and everything. The duck joke.
I thought I'll let you do that.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is a tag team kind of show, so we're trying to get it's like we're trying to figure out who does what and what goes what and everything. We're not going to go all that. But here's a joke. Where do vegetables go for a drink?
Where?
To the salad bar. Today in history, or this week in history, the week after Easter, April the 21st through the 27th, you want to know what kind of week this is?
What?
Egg salad week.
Ooh.
We got plenty of eggs in the freezer. I mean, in the refrigerator. I don't know why I'm saying freezer. I can tell it's been a short week because I've been on vacation. My wife's been on vacation. We're sitting in a nice place, drinking down a 12-pack of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to say what else, but we're not going to go there. On this show that's family friendly. So y'all get the point. Also, April the 26th is National Pretzel Day. So on the 26th, guys, I advise you to go eat your pretzels.
I know we will.
I love my soft ones.
The what?
The soft pretzel.
Oh, yeah.
The homemade one, not the hard pretzels.
Oh, yeah.
Num 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 num. Num 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 num. Ooh, yeah. Restaurant news. It's been a very busy week in the news area, the restaurant industry, guys. Let me tell you what's going on. I'm gonna jump down to the wicked rivalry going on between McDonald's and Taco Bell. Ding, 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 disqualified Taco Bell because Ronald McDonald's won this little robbery. Now, let me tell you what's going on. It is jury makeover time for the 51-year-old McDonald's mascot. You know, I met the mascot back in the day, and I'm like, this clown is wicked cool. But but the hamburger meat is fake meat. I don't know what the heck is in their meat, but it don't taste like a hamburger to me. But with that said, I'm not going to get in trouble with McDonald's over that statement because all my statements does not go towards, the school where I teach at. So with that said, McDonald's had a very rough month with the robbery team of Taco Bell finding a real man who could share his name and talk up some trash about his breakfast items. But Ronald McDonald will get a new look coming up with the stylish new clothes and his familiar color pate of red and yellow. In other words, he's going to still look like a sun. For the little kids listening to the show, he looks like a freaking sun. S-U-N. Well, anyways, the mascot brand personality will start appearing on his Twitter later on this month, and his new commercials coming up later on this year. Initially, the Change Corporate wants everything to be handled on their Twitter, even the Twitter war. Use their hashtag Ronald McDonald. But I don't think he has time to read all his social media stuff. But he's one heck of a mascot. We love Ronald McDonald.
Oh, yeah.
Their chicken nuggets. I mean, over the weekend we had some time to get away from, the life inside of our website and just get outside, enjoy the nice sunny air, sunny environment, which is still cold outside.
And it's supposed to be spring.
Mother Nature, you can go straight to, well, I'm not going to say that word.
No.
Something is wrong with Mother Nature. I think she is running low on her medications of insanity. With that said, we went to McDonald's and enjoyed some lunch with the family, and
Well, that was until after what happened.
What happened? You want to talk about that here on the show, or you want to save it for another day?
No, we can talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about what happened. What happened?
My brother lost his 2 bags, and we know it was at McDonald's because that's where he had them last. And when I went to speak to the manager, she was kind of rude. And I told her that my brother's bag was either still there or that someone stole it. And she said she would keep an eye out on it. And when I was trying to talk to her some more about it, to tell her what it looked like and everything, she was just kind of rude because she turned away when I was still talking.
In other words, she's being an airhead. That was the McDonald's here in Sierra, Pennsylvania, right? On Keystone Avenue.
Yep.
So if you go there,
Talk to the owner. She's more nicer.
yeah, talk to the owner. The owner is real cool, and the new general manager is pretty cool himself. So, a lot of problems happen in that one McDonald's, and we're trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Continuing down with the news, Greg Miller, the executive vice president of the National Dairy Council, says that a brand new research shows that the dairy fat isn't as harmful to someone's health as once thought. But however, Connecticut lawmakers consider banning daycare from serving whole and 2% milk, like whole milk and also 2% milk. What in the world is the kids going to be drinking next? Nothing but Kool-Aid, drown it down with sugar. Is that healthy for the kids? Heck no. Whole milk.
It makes them hyper.
Yeah, makes them go haywire. Makes them go to cuckoo land. Come on, milk is good for you. Why ban milk? Hello? Sometimes.
Milk is good.
Yeah. I don't know what the world the government is thinking, but they're beginning to scare the crud out of me. I don't think we're going to send our kids to daycare.
No.
Not after this. Hershey. We love eating Hershey. Hershey
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. I did not know this until I read this on a website, and this is brand new news. Hershey is planning to roll out Reese's Peanut Butter Cups in Mexico, Brazil, and also China after posting a below par in the first quarter. So their first quarter mainly sucked. Also, the candy giant Hershey has reduced the 0.05 grams from each miniature bar wrappers, making a teeny change, which has led to a huge environmental gain. That means your candy bars, the little miniature, is going to get a little bit more smaller because the ozone layer, or the global warming. There goes the chocolate. Bobby Flay, celebrity chef Bobby Flay, is now back with a Mediterranean cuisine at his own restaurant there in New York. The restaurant's called Gato, or Gato, is Gato, and he's back where he belongs. He is behind the stove and cooking up some good flavored meals. We all know about the winter storms that hit the United States this year. It really had an impact on all the restaurants and hotels. Not just that, all the small businesses and large businesses. We're trying to recover from that. I know another job I have just recently got hired on. They was pretty much impacted over the snowstorm. We had over, how many feet of snow here?
I don't know, but it was tons.
It was tons of snow. It was bad news. I mean, I don't know what to say, but I know for sure that summer's here. Really, I don't know what Mother Nature is thinking right now. I think she's stuck in La La Land, or probably drinking a Kool-Aid with, or maybe a pina colada. I have no idea what Mother Nature is up to, but really, somebody has to kill that darn groundhog. Have a groundhog tailgate party. Food recalls. I'm going to jump the gun here. We all heard about the 96,000 pounds of hot dogs being recalled from Oscar Mayer Classic Wieners. This returned to the store. That's just bad news. Hickory Farms issued a allergy alert on the charbroiled ranch sauce on a undeclared allergen on its label. Now, the ranch sauce is formulated with buttermilk powder, which is a known allergy. Now, later down in the podcast somewhere, we're going to talk about some allergens. So be ready to learn, because buttermilk is a dairy product, and some people is allergic to dairy. So that's why they're doing that recall. Also, the Martindale Foods Incorporated is now recalling ground annatto, AENNATO, because of the possible health risk. That's a 0.75 ounce package of the spice. It's contaminated with some of the poison. That's very deadly, so just take that back to the store. Let's just go on down a little bit. Now, I just got this one through the email maybe about 30 minutes before I went on the air on the podcast. Knockdom Hill Barbecue in Hardin, Kentucky. Hey guys, what's up? There is a recall of approximately 350 pounds of hickory smoke pit cook barbecue pork product due to misbranding and the undeclared origin. We love this recipe coming up.
Oh yeah.
What is this recipe today?
Cantaloupe Crunch, one of our favorites.
Man, you know what we have in the refrigerator?
What?
Cantaloupe, fresh.
We gotta make it.
Oh yeah, we do. You know, it's yield up to 9 servings, guys. Cantaloupe Crunch. You want a copy? I'll put it back on the website. It was on the website all last week. Now it's something this week, something else different. Y'all enjoy that recipe. I'm not gonna try it. Excuse me.
What is that hungry for?
Let me just say it contains liquor. You never know what's going to happen on the show, but yes, we're hungry for Cantaloupe Crunch. I did not mean to burp in y'all's ears. I apologize for that, y'all. Oh, Lord. First, y'all need to preheat the oven at 350 degrees.
Yeah.
I don't like waiting for the oven after mixing the ingredients all together. So first, preheat the oven to 350. Then let's go ahead and start mixing things up. 3 cups of cubed cantaloupe. 1/3 cup of lemon juice. Half a cup of white sugar, but with that you can substitute with light brown sugar, more sweeter. 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. 2 tablespoons of butter that is melted. Half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. A half teaspoon of extract. And yeah, what she said. 1 18.25 ounce package of white cake mix. Half a cup of butter that is melted. Now, with that said, y'all better pay attention. This is very simple, right down to the subject, and we don't want this gun burnt.
And if you do it just right, it'll come out perfect.
Heck yeah. I mean, you have to do it real perfect. Let me tell you, yeah, make sure you listen up. And a medium bowl, you can use any size of bowl, really. Here in the kitchen I use a blender, make it more faster than using a spoon. But in a medium bowl, mix together the cantaloupe, lemon juice, the sugar, flour, couple tablespoons of melted butter, cinnamon, nutmeg, and a vanilla extract. When you do that, transfer to a 9-inch square baking dish, and then spread the dry cake mix evenly on top of that mixture that you put in that 9-inch square baking dish. Then what you want to do is drizzle the remaining melted butter over the cake mix, because that cake mix will get dry during the baking process. Bake for 45 minutes in a preheated oven, or bake until the top is golden brown, not golden black. You don't want to burn it. Your wife will kill you. I'm not going to go there, right, babe?
Nope.
She hasn't killed me yet. That's why I'm still breathing. Oh, my friends at Dollar Shave Club. Brand new advertisement, guys, so listen up. Your hot topic is coming up after this. Maybe your questions being answered, if I have any yet. But at the Dollar Shave Club, my friends there at dollarshave.com, you can select one of the great razors, pay one monthly fee, and those people will send those razors right to your front doorstep. No more overpaying for those fancy brand name blades at those pricey grocery stores or convenience stores. Now you can use dollarshave.com. Remember, you can upgrade and downgrade your plan at any given time to fit your budget. There's nothing to sign, no hidden charges. You can cancel your subscription at any time. Yeah, it is way cheaper. Satisfaction guaranteed. 2 magical words. Satisfaction guaranteed. That is dollarshave.com. Shave time, shave money. We're definitely gonna try that company. I love saving money. At the dollar store, we went to the dollar store earlier this evening, and we saved $7.50, and we bought with coupons. So eventually, we're gonna have somebody on the podcast for your listening enjoyment about saving money with coupons. It's a coupon war on TV. It's a coupon war everywhere. People use your coupons to get a newspaper. The first newspaper that we bought, there was $350 for the coupons savings in that newspaper, and we cut them all out. We used them all, I think. So
yeah, be careful which paper to. Which star, because that paper you grab, make sure you grab from the bottom.
Really, any newspaper really could be used in Chronicle, LA Times. Make sure
Morning Times.
Yeah, any newspaper, Sunday's paper.
And sometimes in the Penny Saver, which the Penny Saver is free.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Duh, where's my mic?
We learned from a friend of ours to grab the paper from the bottom. Whatever paper you grab with the coupons, you grab the paper from the bottom, because people tend to steal the coupons from the paper, so you be sure you grab from the bottom so you get your coupons.
It's well worth it. I have coupons stacked up on my desk right now, I think, so yeah, I do.
Coupons in our coupon book.
Yeah, so we're going to invite someone that knows about couponing and have that person train you how to save money using coupons.
We learned from a friend of ours that goes to church with us.
Yes, we go to church, people. Nothing wrong with that. Last week I kind of made a mistake on the robber machine. It's currently a machine. I think I was tired last week when I did the podcast. So I apologize that I'm screwed up. I ain't perfect. Last week we talked about the robber. It is a machine, okay, in the confectionery industry to coat any food item, typically with chocolate. Now, foods that are coated by the robbers include your nuts, ice cream, toffee, biscuits, and all your cookies. Man, this almost sounds like food porn. Hey, there is actually a Twitter on twitter.com says food porn, so y'all can look that up. There's no bad images on there. It's just good food topics that is educational. But mainly, if you think about food porn, you're lusting about your food, like your T-bone steaks and whatever. So let's get back to the
Good steaks.
Yeah, we gotta tell that story. We'll tell a story that happened. Right. We'll tell you shortly. The process of robbing and crew involves placing the items on the feed van. It mainly consists of a wire mesh or containers, mainly having drain hose to recover the excess chocolate. It contains the normal temperatures to keep the chocolate melted. By the end of it reaches the conveyor belt. There's a cooling area to cool everything off, and maybe a vibrator to make sure all the drips are taken care of. Mainly it's a high capacity machine that Hershey uses, or any other chocolate factory. The machine was invented back in 1903 in France and brought to the United States. At least 20 people can operate that machine. Very short and very sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Next week I'm going to be talking a little bit. Let me see where I'm at.
I thought we were doing hot topics.
We're doing hot topics next. But next week on the show, I'm going to give you a little highlight. Restaurant operators primarily is responsible to prevent foodborne illness. How can we prevent it? We're going to tell you how you can do that on the next week's show. And also, I can tell you right now, it's virtually impossible to take an accurate inventory. Because you have those in your kitchen that likes to snack on your items to cost your food costs to go a little bit more higher. My advice, I know I'm going to get a question in Twitter or Facebook eventually about this.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Where are we? I lost track.
Right now we're coming up to hot topics.
Okay.
But to keep tabs on your inventory, there's a few restaurants that keeps a daily inventory checkup list on items throughout the restaurant. Mainly you can have your management work on that during or before closing to make sure you don't run into a little problem of employee theft. That's all I'm going to say, because your inventory is mostly used to pay your bills and your inventory.
That's important.
That is very important. I want to get paid. I know Chef Morgan over here wants to get paid too, so keep an eye on your inventory. Try to keep it as much accurate, because remember, you got to pay the bills and your employees. That's important, okay? The hot topic of today, I can take my time now and slow down a little bit. what is the proper strategy for a successful health inspection? That's a good question. That is why the National Restaurant Association has developed 9 tips to prepare for that health inspection. It is so let me just start this off. It is very important to be ready at all times for that inspection. It can happen at any time. It could happen during your breakfast rush, your lunch rush, your snack rush, and your dinner rush. Could happen at any given time. Doesn't matter if you have one person working in the kitchen. The inspector don't care. When your inspector arrives, that's when it's on like Donkey Kong. That's when your game is on. You better know your stuff. You better know what's going on, because that health inspector could fail you and force you to lock your doors until the follow-up. You don't want to lose your money, so make sure you're inspector ready at all times.
All times.
Yes, all times. We've seen TV shows on the Food Network and everything else where there's mold in the ice machine, or rats in the ice machine, or just rats all over the place. We've seen nasty crap. And as a restaurant operator, it's our responsibility to make sure our game is in check. Okay, you don't want to be closed down due to your ignorance on the restaurant. It's your job to make sure that you're inspector ready at all times. That means you have to delegate your staff to make sure, your chicken is in the proper place in your cooler, your meat's in the proper place in the cooler, make sure you're ready to eat is away from raw products, your temperature is checked all the time, your employee hand wash sink is ready for your employees with soap, and make sure you have hot water. It's very important because you don't want to make anybody sick, including your employees. For heaven's sake, come on. Make sure you follow the rules. If you're not too sure, tip number 1 is you can always check with your health department on the regulations and the forms that is currently being used in your county or city. You can always request a copy of it, and you can put yourself in that inspector's place to practice for that in-house inspection when the health inspector arrives. So try to put yourself as a restaurant operator in the inspector's shoes, and go by the list. It's okay to fail your staff. I have done that many a times. But we have also corrected the problem, as quickly as possible. Tip number 2 is walk in your establishment as a guest point from the outside front entrance, your guest entrance. Your first expression is your final expression. That means everything has to be spotless clean. I know that's kind of hard. Even though you probably operate in a fast food restaurant, your first expression is your final expression. Remember that. As a guest of myself, I went to McDonald's not too long ago, went into another restaurant. The floors look like crap. You know what I did? Walk back out. I don't want to eat in a dirty restaurant. I don't think nobody else wants to. We spend our money for your employees to clean your restaurant, and it's your responsibility to make sure it happens. I'm not telling you how to do your job. I'm only advising you, because your health inspector will tell you how it goes. Just trying to help you pass that health inspection, okay? That includes the restrooms, and if they can view inside your kitchen, make sure your backline floors are clean, your counters are clean. Make sure it's clean, because I don't want to look at dirty floors or anything that's nasty. including the ice machine. I don't want to see no mold in it, because that is very dangerous. I'll tell you why later down on the road in our podcast, okay? How come mold is dangerous. Next tip is brief your kitchen staff and review any problems in the post-inspection. It's very useful that you encourage your staff to convey the importance of food safety. Food safety is my top number one pet peeve. I mean, I care about our guests coming in. I care about, if I'm feeding my staff. We need to make sure they know the importance of food safety. That is the top number one priority. Really, that's mandatory. I don't care if you work in the White House in Washington D.C. Food safety is important. Okay. Ensure all staff is on the same page. I know it's difficult at some times because you hire staff that really don't know how to speak English. If you hire somebody that can speak that secondary language, as they call them, a bilingual staff member, that might use the terms or phrases that might not make sense or could be misinterpreted by other dialects, it is your responsibility to hire that one person because, very much a professional, because your butt is grass if they're not on the same page, because of the importance of food safety. So make sure everybody either knows English, or if nobody, or it's a half and half, make sure you hire a bilingual. I don't care if it's a waiter or whatever, make sure you hire one.
You all have to be on the same page.
Yep. Definitely, because I used, last episode we talked about how I worked in Jack in the Box a few decades ago. I'm no longer in the systems. I'm not going to use them as a reference. I was shift leader. Anyways, there was individuals that spoke Spanish, and I was learning Spanish, so I still know a few words, but it is important to hire a bilingual staff member. Okay. Another tip is know your priorities. Your self-inspection priorities for kitchen employees should include, and this is mandatory, food time and temperatures, personal hygiene. Make sure your staff members is clean shaven if they're preparing food or washing dishes. That includes hand washing and cross-contamination. Guidelines on temperatures, checking the temperature products when they arrived and when they are stored and when they are served. Some restaurants, let me tell you a little secret on a few restaurants. The HACCP program, HACCP, I think, the HACCP program. I can't remember all the programs right now on top of my head. The HACCP program developed guidelines for you. You can actually probably go on their website and print off some forms where you can take hourly information about your employees. It is important that if your employees don't wash their hands regularly, have them wash their hands every 30 minutes if you're busy. That is a very important. Cross-contamination, you don't want to take no risk, especially when they return from their breaks in restrooms. What the rule is, they wash their hands in the restroom. When they come back in the kitchen, you enforce that rule. You make them wash their hands right there in the kitchen again with hot soapy water for at least 30 seconds. Reinforce the importance of hand washing. We already covered that kind of. Make sure you post signs of all kitchen sinks and also the employee restrooms or the guest restrooms. That is important. Mainly it's common sense.
common sense and important.
No one wants to get sick in your establishment. Train your managers. Make sure they're up to date on the latest food safety techniques. I'm continue training my chefs that's under me, including the employees that is under me. I do also use the National Restaurant Association Educational Foundation ServSafe food safety training programs. That I know that was a mouthful. Just make sure they are up to date on all the food safety techniques. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be temperatures. It could be anything. Make sure.
That's really important too.
Yeah, you don't want to make anybody sick. Make sure it's posted in your office somewhere or where those managers sit at. Some restaurants has binders for the management, like for shift leaders. Set you up a system that each team leader will have themselves a binder with the up-to-date information and very much important restaurant information. Some kind of rule saying you're not allowed to take those binders home. You can take. I don't care if they do or don't, but to me, if I want to know something at home and if it's not available on the web, if you're not set up like our school is, where we can view the information on the management website, use a binder system. I mean, let them take it home if they want to review something. If they quit, make sure they bring it back and give it back to you. That's all I'm going to say about that. Review. Also, there's another tip. Review your local health code for any special local requirements. Those codes are changing all the time. Make sure you're up to date on them.
Because you got to know them.
You got to know them front to back, up to down, side to side, even backwards.
Upside down, you just got to know them. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't like to talk about politics on here, but the last tip is get involved politically with your restaurant perspective. There's an opportunity could be to join your state health code revision committee. Involve senior staffs on such committees as well. So if you want to be a politician or whatever, join that committee. Next week's hot topic is how can we as restaurant operators prevent foodborne illness? I don't want to base this show based on food safety all the time. Eventually that subject might get kind of old. That's why I'm going to switch it every now and then, but I'm running a series right now, so we need to keep things fresh. But we will run till episode number 4 or 5 on food safety, then take a break from food safety and go to something else. So give me a little break on this, and food safety is my pet peeve. I know that's an important subject, like this. Cross-contamination is how all bacteria spreads. Make sure you keep raw meat, poultry, seafood, all their fresh juices away from ready-to-eat foods. Use one cutting board for fresh produce and a separate one for raw meat, poultry, and seafood. Let me stop it right there. If you go on a restaurant wholesale company, you can get these cutting boards that is colored for a certain item, like red is for meat, white is for something, green is for vegetables. Make sure you get those cutting boards because those will be useful for your restaurant. I know it's a little bit pricey, but food safety is important. It's more important than what you think. If you can't afford it, get you a bank loan. They don't cost that much, I promise you. I might do an advertisement on a wholesaler that we use, and they're very reasonable, very cheap actually. And I got to order from them in the next few weeks on a few items for our establishment to teach our students. Also, separate your raw meat, poultry, seafood, and your eggs from other foods in your grocery shopping cart. Let me tell you what, I'm going to stop right there. Who in their right mind would go to your dairy and meat department first before shopping for your dry goods? Some idiots that don't know better. I don't like to sugarcoat that. I'm sorry, but do your dry goods shopping first, then stop by your frozen aisle, then your meat aisle, then your dairy products. Okay, it's real simple. Sometime in the middle of the line after your dry goods, stop by your fresh produce. Come on, guys, use your common sense. You don't want to get sick. The grocery bags, it's real simple. I like to keep all cold items cold, all frozen items frozen, and all the dry goods like it is. Because once I get home, I am tired from shopping. My wife can testify I can spend at least 2 hours in the store, not just for as sales go on or whatever, but to make sure our stock people that bag our grocery bags make sure they do it right, because I don't want to get sick, especially with the meat products. Also, never place cooked food on a plate that is privately held with raw meat, poultry, seafood, and eggs. Don't use the same plate as the raw meat was sitting on, or raw eggs. That's common sense. My friends at when I work. I found a website not too long ago, and we use it here at the Culinary Arts Education Center, guys, that it's mostly the easiest way to schedule and also communicate with your hourly and salary employees, including your management. Tell you the truth, it saves a lot of time and it reduces the autism. Plus, it saves you money. The website is wheniwork.com. It's real cheap. You can try it out for 30 days. If you like it, if you don't, go somewhere else. Let me tell you how it works. If you do the free trial, you can have 5 employees listed for those number of days. Or the free setup is 5 employees, but if you do the trial, you can do how many you want. But if you want to buy the program, it's real cheap. I like it. We use it here at the company. Also, what it does is takes your employees their schedule reminders, and when you put out a new schedule, it also emails and texts them that schedule. So it's a real good company, and I enjoy it. Let me just tell you, it's worth every penny. They're good friends of mine. Their customer service rocks there. I never had a problem with them, so bottoms up, use that program. That again is wheniwork.com. We have no questions or answers today.
Nope.
So far, not today.
So far.
With that said, you notice before we tell another joke about a duck in a bar, on the website you will notice in the media where you get the podcast that now you get the emails from there. Your ideas, or whatever. If you have a question, you can email me from there. I promise. I will review it. Eventually, it's going to end up on the show sometime later down the road.
One of the episodes.
Yeah, what I do is I write 5 episodes I try to do 5 at one time. That sounds confusing, but I try to do at least 5 a week, and whatever emails I get, I put it in that next episode, ready to be aired that week. Like, for instance, I'm ready for our next episode, number 3. So if you email your question to me, I put it on the... Yeah, I can get it on there. But the deadline is before Friday at 6 p.m.
That's when we do our podcast, is Friday nights.
Yep,
so if you get your questions or whatever in before Friday night, we'll put it on there.
If you do it at 6:01, you can wait till next week. That's how I am.
Yeah.
It's like missing the Greyhound bus going to L.A. or something. You screwed up. But we give you plenty of options. You can post your questions on our Facebook, Twitter, email. Plenty of options for you. It's an open door for you. We have an open door policy here. Not just for the employees, but also for our guests, which is you that is listening, taking your time from your busy schedule or driving down the highway going to your job or wherever.
To listen to us being funny.
Yeah, listen to us crack up and burp in your ears. But, yeah.
I still can't believe you did that.
Yeah, again, I apologize for that. I mean, that was the first time ever.
Things happen.
Yeah, crap happens. Another joke, I guess. You want to do that? Another joke?
Sure.
A duck walks in a bar and says to the bartender,
I like a fish sandwich and a beer.
and the bartender looks at the duck up and down and then says, will that be cash?
And the duck says, just put it on my bill.
You get it? You get it? Good! Next week's show. Do we have anything else before we close out today's program?
I don't know, do we?
Not that I know of. Next week I'll give you some restaurant hosts that has some great deals for you. But next week, how can we as restaurant operators prevent foodborne illness? Also, it is virtually impossible to take accurate inventory. Also, we'll talk a little bit about the confectionery industry and where entertainment. Plus, we will answer your questions on one show. Plus, more recalls and more news.
We're going to talk about what happened. I think you mentioned that earlier. Almost about.
Oh, where we went to? Well, what's going on before we end the show? Yeah, we went to a restaurant, like on Friday night, and what's funny is my brand new job is in that one restaurant. I'm a cook there at a hotel, in a nearby hotel where we live at, and I decided to take my family out to that restaurant. I tell you what, their food is outstanding. The management came out to my table a few times asking how things are going, including the wait staff. The customer service rocks there. The management rocks. Let me tell you what, I joked with the management, said, because I was wearing my chef coat, because I was just getting off from another job, which is getting ready for the podcast, but I literally said, man, I might have to unbutton my chef coat because, man, my belly's about to pop some of these seeds out.
We cracked up laughing.
Oh, yeah, we all cracked up laughing the way we said it.
Even Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe, if you don't know who Chloe is our baby girl. She's 1 year old.
20 years old and 14 months.
She's about to be 15 months. God be praying for us.
In a few weeks.
With that said, she always hated regular gerber baby food. She always hated that. I guess the taste is tastes like crap, but I just don't know because I will. Yeah, she'll eat it once she really adapts taste for it, but that girl is so picky. She'd rather eat my cooking than that trouble food.
She loves her daddy's cooking.
That's what you get if you're an executive chef.
Yep.
Anything else before we get out of here?
Not that I can think of.
Well, with that said, I will see y'all next week. Y'all have a great week. Happy travels, or just be happy of whatever y'all like to do in your hobbies, or enjoy y'all's day at work. Tell your friends about us. Word of mouth is important. Also, I might have news that a radio station will be picking up our podcast. That is not confirmed yet. If that happens, I will definitely let everybody know. That's a big surprise, but we'll find out if that talk radio will pick up the show, because that could boost my ratings sky high. That means multi-million people will be listening to me talk. I also listen to you talk and joke around and burp in their ears after drinking some Dr. Pepper. Look on the website, fresh new material. I post it all the time. I've been on vacation, all this week. I'm not supposed to be here this week, including my awesome wife. We're supposed to be on vacation.
But hey, we can't stay away.
This is our baby's your baby, and we're going to catch y'all next week on our baby called the Chef Mike Palmer Show. See y'all next time, and happy travels and happy eating.